Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? Hey, you've asked, and we've listened. This is Football 101. And I get the opportunity to put my instructor hat on. As instructor Bud, my student is you. And accompanied with no other than Peggy!
What's good, bud? Yeah! Come on now.
Oh, man, it's only right. It's
Yeah,
only
I'm ready.
right.
I got my little work. I'm ready to go to class.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm ready to go, yeah.
I'm ready to take you to school.
Take me to
Peggy.
school. See, I got
All right,
my-
now there's been a common question that's been asked. What is a game changer? I say it again. What is a game changer? Now, there are certain things that you may have a game-changing moment. You may have a game-changing game. Now, to keep putting it all together for a game-changing season, that solidifies you as a game changer.
Okay, bud.
Now, Peggy, we are going to highlight one specific individual with this particular Football 101, and it's no other than Lamar Talmadge Jackson, Esquire. I don't know why I like that. I like Esquire.
Hey, you been on that Esquire.
It just makes it, it just distinguishes. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just can't talk to me like I'm regular. Like, once again, it's Lamar Talmadge Jackson, Esquire. Step right up. Now, this particular highlight that we're going to do is I'm going to take you into the mind of Todd Monken. I'm going to take you into the mind of really the defensive players. I'm going to take you into the mind in this particular segment to really show the greatness of Lamar Jackson, why he is labeled and is given the tone and the description of a bona fide game changer. So we're going to highlight this specific game in Week 5's matchup versus the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a very high intensity, big impactful game because you had two game changers that this game has seen in this particular year with Joe Burrow versus Lamar Esquire. Now, Peggy, you have one job.
Okay.
Well, really two. To ask the common questions that you may have for yourself, and I'll do my best to answer. And also ask, because you now become the voice of the people. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You become the voice of the people.
I like that.
You dig what I'm saying? So as we get into it, now you have to understand this. We're going to learn the simplicities or the complexities of the Lamar Jackson.
Gotcha.
Mastermind by offensive coordinator Todd Monken. Now, with this particular situation, Peg, we have the first drive. Why is the first drive so important? Is because I want you guys to understand what the defense is going through. I want you guys to understand that even though you know Lamar Jackson is a bona fide game changer, but nevertheless, he's able and capable of attacking the defense in many different ways. We've seen game changers like Peyton Manning. We've seen game changers like Tom Brady. We've seen game changers like Patrick Mahomes. We've seen game changers like Joe Burrow. And the list goes on from years and years and years back. So as we're watching this film, all these plays may not even be on the stat sheet because his ability is able to get him out of trouble. And it may be a throwaway. It may be certain things. But in other situations, if you are an average player, it's a sack, not a throwaway, which now plays the game of field position. So starting this off right, you ready, Peggy?
I'm ready, bud.
Like, we're going to really watch the first drive of this game.
Okay.
To show what the defensive players on the Cincinnati Bengals has to always keep in mind and what they're thinking in real time. Here we go. First play of the game, 0-0, 1st and 10. As we watch this first drive, Peg, the thing that comes to mind is how Todd Monken has so many different super Pokemons at his disposal.
Okay.
I mean, you have King Henry. I mean, you have, Lamar Jackson.
Flowers.
You have Mark Andrews. You have Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
Where do you go? How do you manage the egos, or
Gotcha.
in this particular case, the talent. Now, first play of the game right now, do we know what this particular coverage or alignment is, Peg?
What is it, bro?
It is a bear defense. Bear defense
Wow.
equates to a nose tackle, head up to the center, and 2-3 techniques.
Nose tackle.
Nose tackle,
On the
3
center.
techniques, 2 DNs.
Gotcha.
Nose tackle, 2-3 techniques, 2 DNs.
Gotcha.
Does that equate to that?
And when you say 3 technique,
3
elaborate for
technique
the people that
is
don't know.
really 74, and I believe it's 91 right there, right?
But what does 3 technique mean?
3 technique is the technique that the leverage, alignment to where the defender is.
Okay.
So when you're watching in the luxury of a sports bar, if you're watching in the luxury of a man cave, if you're just watching the luxury of your phone and you start looking at certain things, and I'm always asked this question, hey, do y'all watch the same film that we watch? Absolutely not. We watch it in the coach's view. Coach's view basically gives the players and coaches the opportunity to see every single player on the field at all times.
Gotcha.
Now, what you usually see on the TV copy is it's more edited to the fan. It's edited to the viewer. So you get the close in punch shots. You get, the commentators talking about certain things outside of the game, but in the game, But this particular coach's copy that you're going to see is what we watch film with. So right here, it's a lot of attention with Derrick Henry. What they're going to do is just a simple jet sweep to get the kind of focus off of the obvious. Okay, first play here. Got a real quick jet sweep to Zay Flowers, get him on the edge. Gain of 9. All right, will we call that a successful play?
I would say so, yeah.
Successful play. First down, 9 yards. So now you have 2nd and 1. And this is the thing that all coordinators try to manage within the game within itself. When you hear the terminology of, hey, we got to stay ahead of the chains.
Okay.
Ahead of the chains is this simple type of thinking. If you get 3 yards, all right, now it's 2nd and 7. Then you get another 3 yards. Now it's 3rd and 4, right? You get another 3 yards. Now it's 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Is that staying ahead of the chains? You playing a risky game. So you would try to get 4 yards. Okay. So you get 4 yards on first down, that's 2nd and 6.
Yeah.
You get 4 yards on second down, that's 3rd and 2. You get 4 yards on third down.
It's a first down. There you go.
Makes sense to you?
Gotcha.
Now, that's what we mean by using the terminology, staying ahead of the sticks. And you say, man, it's so easy to just get 4 yards. But reminder, Peggy.
What's up, bro?
They get paid too on the defensive side.
So
they watch film too.
So they paid to shut you down.
So this was a successful first play, puts him in 2nd and 1, right? And I'm going to keep it going just for time's sake right here. All we're trying to do is still identify what the defense is trying to do. They come back in 2nd and 1, give it to King Henry, boom, first down. Fast forward, all right? This is still the first drive. So we're still trying to have some type of success with some type of points.
Okay.
Keeping that in mind, all right? Lamar Jackson still hasn't did anything that garners Lamar Jackson type of impact yet.
Gotcha.
And for Lamar Jackson, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? We're only 3 plays in, and here we go. We go with a stack formation. All right. We got 3 runs straight. Successful. I say about 2 yards. Still cool.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When they go to the run play 3 times back to back, is it a setup or is it because they find a momentum there?
So in this particular situation, it's so early in the game. You have your first 10 plays. Some coordinators have first 10 plays, first 15, first 8, whatever it is, already scripted. So you already know what you're going to play.
So when you say that,
what play is going to be called in the given week.
Got you. So it's like when you say your player is already scripted. For the viewer, it's like 10 plays. We're going to run straight down
Regardless.
You
see what I'm saying? So as a coordinator, as a person who's saying like, okay, Wednesdays, our first padded practice. That's a first down, second down focus. Thursday is a third down focus. Friday, which is Fast Fridays, is still a red zone focus. Every single day has a specific focus. So as you're going into the week and you were to say like, yo, what y'all just over there just playing Oklahoma drill all football practice? Like, no, like you have certain things and certain indicators and certain focuses each and every day.
So what would make somebody change the script? Now, if that first play if you went second and 20, do you still run that same script?
See, that's a great question, Peggy. Now you have to go off script.
Okay.
And you try to stay on script as much as possible for the continuity and just the psychological game of the offense. Like we know offensive lineman knows what the plays are going to be. The quarterback knows what the plays is going to be. Now you have a sudden change or a situation that happens, a fumble, a botched snap, a sack. These type of things throws you off of the script. But I haven't seen any particular reason for the Baltimore Ravens to get off their script yet.
And the script helps you with the rhythm, right?
It keeps you with the flow, the overall flow of the game. So right now we're in the play 3 or play 4, and they're still on script.
Gotcha.
All right, so it's 2nd and 8 right here. Boom. Now, a quick completion. Todd Monken saying, hey, let's get our quarterback involved with throwing the football. What a lot of people may not understand what Todd Monken is doing right here, because you're not privy to seeing the overall big picture with the TV copy. He plays a game of personnel, right? What does that do? So personnel means how many receivers is on the field right now, Peg?
You have one receiver.
One receiver.
It seemed like a fullback, and then one tight end.
Two tight ends.
Two tight ends. Oh, I thought it was offensive.
Stay with
guard.
me now.
Two tight ends. I got you.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now what Todd Monken is doing is forcing the hand of the defense to say, whoa. Keep that nickel on the sideline. Keep that extra cover guy on the sideline. We're going to create a game of matchups right here. We have Isaiah Likely. We have Mark Andrews. And we're going to have Bateman here, with the possibility that we can still play smash mouth football. But if the defense wants to play smash mouth football, that keeps them in basic coverages.
Okay.
Cover 3, Tampa 2, 11 hole. Right? So now this is Todd Monken playing the aggressor to the defense. This has nothing to do with Lamar Jackson. This has everything to do with, okay, we're still in our script. We're going to get good positive plays that keeps our quarterback and our offense on rhythm. This is a simple completion play. It doesn't require any type of combination blocks or things like that, or, sophisticated route combinations. This is a typical spot stick type of situation right here, just finding the completion. And that play goes for anywhere from about 5 to 6 yards. Now, you may say, man, why is 2 receivers in the same area? But that goes back down to just the overall execution of the play, right? Okay. We don't know what Isaiah Likely was supposed to do in that specific situation, but he's seen coverage and he set in a hole. So anybody will say, hey, it's 2 people in the same area. The 4th play. It's like a basic coverage. Okay, cool. Give it to King Henry. That's a 4-yard play. So boom. So here we are. Are we playing ahead of the chains right now, Peg?
3rd and 1, yes.
3rd and 1. So we can do anything to the defense. Todd Monken understands this. The defense understands this too. It's typical where the aggressive coaches may call a shot, or it's still what drive?
It's the first drive.
The first drive. We just trying to get some type of motion, right? This may be off script, but still on script at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Want to get our guys involved. It's 3rd and 1 right here. All we're looking for right now is just first downs, right? Getting our guys into it. Lamar Jackson still hasn't taken over, but this is the overarching thing that you must understand with playing the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, boom, give it to King Henry. That's another first down for the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, cool. Coming back here, 1st and 10. We're on play 5 now, right? Here we go. Can you tell me what coverage that is? It's funky. So now, this is where Todd Monken understands he has to stay ahead of the chains. And Lou at this particular point in time, the defensive coordinator was Lou Anarumo for the Cincinnati Bengals, knows this. When you cross the 50-yard line, who's another game changer for the Baltimore Ravens if you would look through the whole kind of roster?
Derrick Henry.
Well, not necessarily on the offensive side. What about a special teams guy?
Oh, yeah, definitely the kicker.
Justin Tucker. Okay, yeah. Justin Tucker. They pass the 50-yard line. Now you have to say, whoa. We got to give an exotic look because we have to get them out of what?
Field goal range.
Hello, Peg. Somebody woke up today.
Yeah, I'm in class with it.
So now they have to give them an exotic look to be able to make them start thinking.
So this is that Zaza look.
This is an exotic look. Now, from the offensive side, this is why we want to stay in what type of personnel?
12.
2 running backs, 2 tight ends, what we seen earlier. Or they can identify the fullback as another tight end, and they could be 13 personnel. That's the flexibility that the personnel for the Baltimore Ravens can cause fits. A lot of people look at different mismatches or matchups and say like, oh, man, they got all these high-powered receivers. A la the early Miami Dolphins. Odell Beckham was on the roster. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those fast running backs. But this is the identity for the Baltimore Ravens where they're going to create matchups kind of similar than the early dominance of the New England Patriots. When you have Aaron Hernandez, you had Rob Gronkowski, you had fullbacks that could catch the football and running backs that can catch the football. So we dictate to the defense, we're not going to allow you to get in these exotic looks. We're going to keep your coverages basic, and we're going to dictate to you what we want the coverage to be.
So I got a question. Who changes to who? Does the defense changes to the offense or the offense changes to the defense?
That's a great question. The defense always has to match the offense's personnel.
Okay.
So if you look on the sideline, you'll see a personnel guy looking to see, okay, a tight end goes out, a receiver goes in, that's 11 personnel. And he'll tell the signal caller, a Luke Kuechly or a safety who calls the play, what the personnel is. Just then, why is that important? Because that impacts even the D lineman that comes in.
Okay.
It's so many different things that goes on in the game that you're just looking at eating your hot wings, eating your buffalo dip, and you saying, man, bro, I got these folks on fantasy football, you feel me? Like, I need him to get 43 yards, right? You think Todd Monken or these people getting the doggone care about what they supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to do what the defense tells me that I need to do, right? So they come back out here in either 12 personnel right here, 2 tight ends, 1 running back, right? And now this is when the exotic, or you say Zaza, look starts to look. Because you can't tell me what coverage it is.
I don't know. It's all jumbled up.
It's so jumbled up. And that's what, boom, when you break the huddle. If I'm Lamar, I'm looking at, whoa. Hey, we used to have a signal call. Hey, there's no deep, which means it's 0 coverage or a former 0 coverage. But now defenses has gotten so philosophical and so strategic that they can show this a 0 look, and then just to get you to go into max protection, which limits the amount of receivers that can go out. Right? In any type of situation, you will want anywhere from 6 to 7 to even potentially 8 defenders covering in a particular coverage.
So when you ask for extra coverage, is that when the receivers bunch in?
Or coverage or protection. You're just trying to get protected.
Gotcha.
Because it don't matter what the play call is. It don't matter what the receiver is. If the offensive line or the running back ain't going to protect them, it's all worth
a dead play.
A bunch of fluff. So we're still here on the first drive trying to teach you something here, Peggy. You got 0 coverage. What does the offense do? They're bailing out defensively wise. They come back with a safe play, which does not require anything from the offensive quarterback to think. This is a boot play, right? Mm-hmm. You make an ID call. Okay, cool. Fake boot. Now, this coverage right here, right, may seem like 0 coverage. You have to protect it like 0 coverage. But it's almost like a trap situation because they're comboing these 2 down here. All that to say, boom. Throws them a funky look. The person impacts Lamar Jackson to throw the ball inaccurately, and that affects things. So now you have 2nd down, right? 2nd and 10. So now Todd Monken may be off script, on script. He knows in that certain personnel, they're trying to what? Defensively. We got to get them out of what?
Field goal range.
Field goal range. So this is the thing where, hey, they probably potentially with their kicker has points on the board. He's been notorious for having a golden toe. See what I'm saying? So we're going to bring pressure to knock them out of field goal range. All right? So here we go. Another zero coverage look. A most common check for offensive players or offensive scheme is to get into a screen to warrant the pressure. So Lamar Jackson comes. Easy. So Lamar Jackson sees this. They're bringing pressure, zero coverage. We're going to get in the screen. Keeping my quarterback still in a comfortable situation. An easy completion, right?
Getting his rhythm going.
Right, get his rhythm going. Now, it's 3rd and 2, right? They're potentially in field goal range right here. Now, I'm going to ask you this common question right here, Peg.
Talk to me.
What do you think this coverage is now?
It's man-to-man.
Man-to-man. Why is it man-to-man? If we have another look, but needless to say, they're looking at this, the defense is looking at this like a pass set, right? Because they're in some form of nickel defense. What's nickel defense? They bring an extra coverage defender in and take out a linebacker. So you got 5 nickel defenders or 5 DBs on the field. They've got a cornerback. That looks like the safety right there playing Mark Andrews. You got the free safety in the middle. You have a nickelback that's covering Isaiah Likely, which could be a potential mismatch. And you have another cornerback down here. But this is the little nuances of football that people don't really understand. It's not just man-to-man, because if this is the offensive player, the defenders will always shade to their help. I will say it again. It's not just any type of man-to-man. The defenders will always shade to their help. If anybody who knows me know, when I'm talking to my all-star team, I always ask my defensive players, know where your help is, right? So in this particular type of man-to-man, where is the nickel back down here, Peggy? Where is his help?
The safety.
Okay, a middle defender.
Yes, he want to keep.
So if he has help inside, where should his?
He gonna play on the outside.
Hello, do you think that he's inside or outside of Isaiah Likely?
He's off his right shoulder, so he's on the outside.
He's on the outside.
Yeah.
Hello.
Subtle. Yeah.
Subtle. But that's where his help is. Does that make sense to you?
Got you.
All right. So these little things right here, and I'll say the same thing about the safety up top. Now, trick question, not a trick question. The cornerback that's up top right here, where's his help?
The cornerback?
The cornerback that's up top that's guarding
his help is the sideline.
Hello. What would you see his leverage is?
He's playing them in the inside.
Hello.
He's keeping them from the inside.
Does that make
of the
sense
field.
to you? I'm telling you, Peggy, you just stick with me. You're going to go places. I'm going to teach you about football. So when you find your little lady, you can teach her these same type of
There
things.
you go, baby.
You dig what I'm saying?
Get
So
out the friend
boom,
zone in the inside.
there's some type of man-to-man. We know that the help defender is in the middle of the field. Now, what we don't know is who's the quarterback here?
On the defense?
On the offense. Who's the quarterback?
Oh, yeah, Lamar.
Lamar Jackson, Esquire. So Lamar Jackson is a bona fide dual threat quarterback. So I don't know if the help defender is a safety. We know that. That's a given. But it may be a linebacker too. Because one of those linebackers, we know what, is covering who?
One of the linebackers is covering the running back.
The running back.
Yeah.
All right? We don't know what the other linebacker is doing. He can be pressuring, or he can be a spy. Or he could be a spy and a hole defender. We call that coverage 11 hole. There's many different terminologies of calling it, but the Mike linebacker or a linebacker being a hole defender is the same thing.
Gotcha.
Hole, spot, 11 spot. It don't matter what you want to call it, right? So boom, here we go. 3rd and 2. Are we staying ahead of the sticks?
Yes.
You would say? Okay, this is a 3rd and manageable situation, and that's what most offensive coordinators want to do. We've identified it to be man-to-man right here. Now, this is the thing, too, why we want to stay in 3rd and manageable situations is because this simple thing. When we're in 3rd and manageable situations, 3rd and 2, can we throw it?
Yes.
Can we run it?
Correct.
We can. If we're 3rd and 8, Can we throw
You
it?
gotta throw it. Yeah.
Gotta
You
throw
should
it.
throw it.
We should. Come on now.
They give you
And
more
then-
options.
Come on. So third and manageable situations gives the offensive coordinator and Todd Monken more opportunities to attack the defense. This particular play is a Lamar Jackson kind of read play. He's reading the defensive end. We will run this play a lot. Boom. He's reading the defensive end, and it's simple. If he feels like the defensive end can tackle him, he's going to hand it off. If he feels like the defensive end cannot tackle him, he's going to keep it.
Gotcha.
Right? In this particular situation, he feels like the defensive end can tackle him. He hands it off. He lose. Hold on. Stay with me now. Boom. He lose. Just the game. First down.
Okay.
Makes sense. Now it's frustrating because they done got 3 different first downs.
First
Now
and
they're on
10.
their 6th to 7th play. All right. Here we go. What Todd Monken doing, Peggy?
He going back to that same personnel.
Come on now, 22
22.
personnel, 13 personnel, however you want to identify the fullback in this particular situation. Now, do you see that exotic look?
No.
Come on.
They had to
It's
come
only
out
but
that
so
Zaza.
much that you can do with those defensive players. Well, why won't y'all give the same look for linebackers, cornerbacks, nickels, safeties are all coached by different people. They have their focuses and they have their strengths. You don't want to keep your linebackers in coverage, not with these tight ends these days. So you keep the coverage what, Peggy?
Simple.
Hey, you with me today?
I'm passing today,
Come on
bro.
now.
I'm passing
Come on
today.
now. So, boom, you got Zay Flowers still in there. Now, hold on. Stay with me now.
All right.
We know that the coverage is going to be what?
Simple.
Simple. Boom. Now we are able to take a shot. Hello now. Boom. Pause right here because this is the thing that makes Lamar Jackson Esquire a game changer. Not only can he attack you with his running ability, he also, if he could consistently make these type of throws, and that's why Todd Monken has these Pokemon cards in his deck that he says, hey man, I got to find ways to get Zay Flowers the ball. He can attack a defense. Hey, I got an opportunity to keep Derrick Henry engaged. He can attack hey, Mark Andrews is a mismatch. Isaiah Likely has grown to be a mismatch. And also, Martavius, Bartholomew, whatever we call him, Esquire, Lamar Jackson, an issue. So now when you attacking the defense with screens, short game, pushing the ball downfield, right? This coverage is simple. It looks like either some type of form of quarters or it could be some type of cover 3. It still is a what type of coverage, Peggy? Simple. It's still
Simple.
It's
Okay.
still a
Okay. You
simple
lost
coverage.
me there.
You dig what I'm saying? This ain't no everybody stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It's not that type of work. Like, hold on. What's going on here? This is a simple coverage. Day 1 install coverage. All right? Boom. So Lamar Jackson knows that. Multiple people open right here. Isaiah Likely, Zay Flowers. Now, still moving the ball on this first drive. And I'm trying to make a point that when you have a game changer, you cannot solely rely on the game changer. You need help from others. Todd Monken understands that. And Todd Monken has Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, amongst others. You feel what I'm saying? So now, first play in the red zone, I'll make this statistic. Because now it's real 11-on-11 football right here.
Okay.
Running the football with the quarterback is the true form of 11-on-11.
Yeah.
It's not 10-on-11 where a quarterback can hand it off and then you can hope that he holds somebody with.
They forced to guard him.
Come on now. You force everybody to get involved in a major way. And that's the caveat to the Josh Allens of the world, to the Lamar Jacksons of the world that can really impact a defense in a way that keeps the defensive coordinators up at night. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 5 from the 5. Here we go right here. Boom. Looks like some form of coverage. Still coming back with a QB run. Lamar Jackson gone. Do Lamar Jackson things. It was stopped on a 1 for time purposes, but they came back and gave it to another super on their team by way of Derrick Henry. Okay. So, boom. Now, we're going to get into understanding now as a defense, it's like, yo, This team, we got to stop this team in some type of capacity. They literally had a 6 to 8 play drive that didn't look good on our morale. Any offense wants that type of drive to open any type of game.
Correct.
We want to attack early and often. We want to score as many points early as possible to inflict as much inconvenience for the opposing team. So now, instead of going through a whole drive, I'm going to take you through the reasonings why Lamar Jackson is extremely dangerous and what makes him a game changer here, Peggy. Now, how do you attack Lamar Jackson? Do you play man? Do you play zone? Now, let's see what happens when we play man-to-man. All right? Boom. What coverage is it, Peg?
Man-to-man.
Man-to-man. I already done gave you that.
Yeah.
All right? Now, we got a lot of focus. We can't just play man-to-man blindly, right? We got to bring a defender in to monitor the quarterback.
That's the spy.
That's the potential spy. The thing about playing Lamar Jackson is everybody is responsible for keeping an eye on Lamar. Mm-hmm. That's rush defenders and free defenders, as well as blitzers. Now, if you're in coverage, I ain't expecting you to look back at Lamar. But if you're playing man-to-man, you got to cover your guy. You dig what I'm saying? So here we are. How do you stop him? Do you play man-to-man? All right. Well, we're going to see right now what happens when you play man-to-man versus Lamar Jackson. Okay, boom. Hello, we got Zay Flowers. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Defenders and defensive coordinators sees this on film. It's like, okay, what do we do? How can we stop this young man? This is madness.
But let me ask you a question.
Talk to me.
Even with the cornerbacks, I know you're saying, like, a lot of times you say get your eyes out of the backfield. But even with those with cornerbacks, with a running quarterback like Lamar, he makes it hard for you to
in zone. Okay. Everybody. That's why a defensive coordinator will play zone to keep a conscientious thought of what the quarterback is doing. The Josh Allens of the world. But stay with me, Peggy, because I'm going to answer that question for you. All right. So even though this is man to man, right? Boom. You got guys that's winning early. A 3rd and 6, a 3rd and 5, which is an obvious passing situation. Now we're trying to make sure that Lamar Jackson cannot hurt us with his feet.
Yeah.
But if he can't hurt us with his feet, he gonna hurt us with his arm.
Yeah.
And if he's consistently making these type of plays, it's gonna be a long day for any type of defense. Here we go. Next situation. All right. Now, what's the coverage, Peggy?
Is it man-to-man again?
Man-to-man, but where's your safety at?
Your safety, he rolled down.
You really don't have nobody over the top.
Yeah.
So this is a high-pressure situation. Understand, too, if we go back and look at the down and distance right here. We got to speed this up. We go back and look at the down and distance. What does the down and distance say?
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. That's a high-pressure situation. Mm-hmm. All right? We just want to make the quarterback uncomfortable to make him think. You only got 40 seconds to call the play. You really only got 8 seconds to change the play when you get to the line of scrimmage, all right? So, boom, you come to the line of scrimmage. You see zero coverage. Now, this is the reality of Lamar Jackson, because even though that this play was not a good play, right, on the stat sheet, boom. We seen this. It's a throwaway. But you're playing chess with playing good field position. Now, instead of getting sacked, he's erased the potential sack to get the ball away. If this is a regular quarterback, in most situations, it's either a throwaway or a sack.
Forcing and probably getting an interception, too.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Coaches would always tell and advise players, don't make matters worse. Nobody's open. Try to extend the play. Okay, as you're extending the play, you can make a play, but make sure your guy gets it or don't. All right? I used to have a coach that always tells me, make sure at the end of every drive it's coming off of our player's foot. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what does that mean?
If we score a touchdown, then you have to kick a field goal. Okay, cool. If you don't get it on 3rd down, it leads to a punt. Eliminating turnovers. That's in essence what that saying is saying. Okay? We want every drive to end with our players kicking it. All right? So, boom. You come back right here. Another situation. which may not show up on a stat sheet, but this still talks to the brilliance of Lamar Jackson. Because if this is anybody else, this is a sack. Boom. Lamar Jackson, nobody's really open. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? He gets the ball away. Okay, cool. It was 1st and 10. Now, instead of it being 1st and 29,
it's 1st and 20.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
You dig what I'm saying?
Well, it's 1st and 10.
Right? It was 1st and 10 on that play. If he throws the football away, now it's 2nd and 10 for the next play.
Oh, yeah.
He can't make matters worse. So a lot of times when we're saying game changers don't always do things that show up on stat sheets. You see what I mean? Like, it's the consistency of understanding, like, hey, I have the ability to do something that a lot of guys can't. Because if you go back and you look at that film, a lot of guys would have been sacked in that specific situation. And more times than not, Lamar Jackson ain't getting sacked. Now, let's talk about Lamar Jackson's brilliance in scrambling. This down the distance is what?
That's 1st and 20?
1st and 20. All right? Is this an ideal situation to be in?
No,
absolutely not. So, boom, we still have to have a play to be called. All right? We're going to try to get some of the yards, not all of the yards. Now, boom, we're attacking as much as possible. What does Lamar Jackson do right here? Scramble, 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 scramble. Ugly game of about 13 to 14 yards.
Yeah.
It's not going to show up on a stat sheet. But understand what a dual threat quarterback who is a game changer can do. A 1st and 20 situation now gets us back on rhythm with a 2nd and 8, a 2nd and 9. It could be worse. You dig what I'm saying?
That's true.
So everything is not going to show up on ESPN to say like, oh my God, that was a magnificent play. These are the hidden plays that Lamar Jackson does that makes it so hard for defenders and players to negate him from making a play. All right, here we go. Extending the play. Lamar Jackson understands what's going on. Now, this is what I want you to see, Peg.
Seems patient.
Who is everybody looking at on the defense?
Lamar.
Hello.
All of their eyes are literally watching the quarterback.
Do you blame him?
No, I don't.
You
Especially in the red zone, too. It's close to the –
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you over here eating your popcorn talking about, man, he's sorry, man, I could do that. This is the philosophical thought that, hey, we got to play coverage right here.
He putting fear in their mind.
Oh, my goodness. Everybody has a hand in the responsibility to trying to keep Lamar Jackson bottled up. But what does Esquire Jackson do? Boom. Comes back right here.
Because he could have ran.
He could have ran right there. Now, it's still 1st down. He knows I need to get some type of yardage and a successful play. A 2-yard gain. It looks like nothing. But at the end of the day, when you're talking about a guy who's capable of impacting the game, that's how much attention he is getting. Yeah. We can't just play man-to-man and be like willy-nilly and we're going to pressure him because one missed tackle can end into you getting fired because you don't know what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here we go. Now, we done played man-to-man. We done seen his scrambling abilities. Now, what type of personnel are they in, Peggy?
That's the 22.
22 personnel or a 13 personnel, right?
And what's the defense in? Simple
coverage.
But what is the coverage?
How many safeties do you have?
You got one safety at a time.
It's some type of form. Is it man-to-man?
No, it's his own.
Okay. Well, it's cover 3.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Which is a
simple
basic coverage. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. This is the chess that coordinators play. Hey, dog, don't worry about it. We're not going to allow y'all to just line up right here. That package is unlocked in nickel personnel with 5 DBs. When you have 4 DBs out there, maybe even 3, because now we got to take a DB out, bring a D-line in or another linebacker in. We can't be exotic with our coverages. That's not their forte.
Yeah.
We just got to stop the run because this is a heavy run personnel.
Gotcha.
Now, focusing on understanding how to stop Lamar Jackson, you either going simple coverage is cover 1, cover 2, cover 3. You want to throw in another one? It can be quarter. Okay. Simple. All right. Now, with 22 personnel, in this particular point of the game, they're down by 10 points, third quarter. So basically, the game has identified themselves.
Yeah.
Right? So boom, we come right here, 22 personnel. Now we know it's going to be some type of simple coverage. It is a simple coverage. Cover 3. How do you stop Lamar Esquire? You dig what I'm saying? Sounds simple. It's easier said than done. Yeah. But understand this. Lamar Jackson and Todd Monken understands that, how do we penetrate cover 3 with the seams, control the safety, look the safety off, hit the seam across. If that only person that can stop that is the corner. If the corner overlaps, then I'm going to hit my wheel route. Come on, Peggy, stay with me now.
I'm with you.
All right. So, boom. They get him in the simple coverage right here. 22 personnel. Boom. Looks to free safety off in 22. Now you got a big play. Now you got a big tight end rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling down the field. Now, it's goal-to-goal situation.
Okay.
All right? Ain't no reason to panic. Now you got a jumbo package where you got 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and an extra lineman in place, right? So now it's a lot of attention given on the Derrick Henrys of the world, still, as well as Lamar Jackson. He makes a simple throw in the back of the end zone. Now, understand this, Peggy, and I forgot to tell you that this game recap, the young man had 348 passing yards.
Okay. Got him up.
Right? 4 touchdown passes. Right? 55 rushing yards. And this is something that you got to say, man, he had more than 400 yards of total offense, one player. Most people don't even have 400 total offense in 2 games, let alone in 1 game by 1 player. All right? We know Lamar Jackson to be what type of player?
A game changer.
And how does he change the game?
In all ways.
In all ways. I've sold that. But we know Lamar Jackson can do one thing at an elite
run.
level. He can still run the football. So when he does plays like this, just a simple little 17, 20-yard scamper, you dig what I'm saying? He's attacking the defense. This is what makes him a game changer, bro. You don't just get labeled a game changer just by saying like, oh, yeah,
That's
bro.
when he's taking it into his own hands.
Come on now. Now listen, right here, what's the coverage, Peggy?
Man, you got 1 safety high. Man, that's simple coverage, but what is it?
Who's this defender down here?
The D lineman?
No. Down here.
Right here. That's not a cornerback. That's a linebacker.
Hello?
Yeah.
Who does linebackers want to be matched up with?
Running back, if possible.
Is that a running back that's out there?
Nah, that's a wide receiver.
It ain't rocket science, Peggy. And this is what I want everybody to understand.
That's a mismatch.
No. This is what I want everybody to understand. It's not rocket science. Coaches and players want pre-snap indicators to what the coverage is. If this ain't glaring to be man-to-man, I don't know what is. What you don't know, Peg, is that this is a running back down here at the bottom.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see
So if it was a cornerback out here, would you think that's man-to-man?
No, that would be zone.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
So these are indicators where you say, hey, we're going to go into formation just to show, for the defense to show themselves, and then we're going to get into a specific situation.
But why is he playing so far off? Just so he don't get beat or what?
Duh. Boy. The worst sign any type of defender or defensive player wants to hear is
but he don't got help. Yeah.
He don't want to hear that. Well, I'm a back up.
Yeah.
Social distance me, man.
Yeah.
Boom. Right here. He comes back. He sees 43.
Oh, I see him now running back.
You dig what I'm saying? It's not rocket science, Peggy. These are all the things that happens. So, boom, you know it's man-to-man. Let me get into my man-to-man matchup.
Is that what the motions on offense kind of help?
More times than not, people just don't motion just the motion, bro.
So they're doing it just to reveal what defense they're in.
In some cases.
In some cases.
Motions also can be indicated to create leverage on blocking schemes. Okay. It could be identifiers pre-snap to say, like, we don't know what this coverage is. Let's see if we can move a guy around and see who goes with him. Gotcha. Any type of intel that we could give our quarterback so he could play faster post-snap. right? This is chess. So these Monday morning quarterbacks that look at these type of situations, be like, man, I could have did. No, you could not. You couldn't even do it in high school or Pop Warner, let alone at this type of level here.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Under this much stress as well. So boom, we're coming back here. So if it's man to man, who we trying to get the ball to? Give me an option.
My best receiver.
Talk to me.
One-on-one. He
Who?
always
But
good.
who? Who? You got so many. Name them.
I'll go Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews or
Likely.
or
I mean, Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. You got so many options.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a trick question, Peggy.
Yeah.
We're trying to get our guys the ball. So what happens right here is man to man. We got to get a good matchup versus man to man. Look no further than dun-dun-dun-dun.
Mark Andrews.
Come on, bro. How do you stop Lamar Jackson? It's so much tension and friction of the theology of like, hold on, bro. He can run it. But when he throwing dots like that, how do we stop him?
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm going to give you another indicator right here, Peggy. That's a tight end on the outside the numbers. That's Zay Flowers on the inside right there. Number 24 is a safety.
Gotcha.
What's the coverage?
That's man.
Hello, because 24 is trying to guard who?
Mark Andrews.
Hello. So we've already identified this is some type of man, right? So boom. We're trying to get Lamar Jackson so uncomfortable. We're frustrated now, all right? Lamar Jackson not only can attack us with his legs, but if he makes throws like this, how can you stop him? That's what makes it so frustrating. We've identified the coverage as some type of man-to-man. Now I got to make sure that we're protected to some type of capacity. Okay, boom, they pop out. I'm protected. How do you stop that, bro? It is so tough. It is so hard to understand as a defensive player and a person preparing for an offensive skill talent like a Lamar Jackson. That's what makes him a game changer. And that is this week's Football 101.